Hey you, yeah you who clicked on this video. Thanks for giving our channel a shot. And if you will, please do us the honor of watching the video all the way through. Appreciate it. Now onto the video. Hello fellow 8-bit heroes. Today we are going to be talking about Disney Marvel's Wonder Man. Now, for you new people, there will be spoilers to this, so if you have not seen Wonder Man and you plan on watching it, please leave and then come back when you've seen it. For everybody else, I've watched this, so you don't have to. So let's get into it. Wonder Man is a 8-episode series starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Sir Ben Kingsley, set in the Marvel Universe. Now, you would be hard pressed to understand that this is set in the Marvel Universe, given that there are very, very, very small hints to this, especially in the beginning of the series. This series is not standard Marvel fare, and when I say that, I mean, when we're talking about superhero fights, saving people's lives, heroics, action sequences, there's not a lot of that happening in this series. So if you were looking for that, that's not it. However, is this series bad? It's better than Ironheart, man. That's all I can tell you. I mean, it's not bad at all. Actually, I enjoyed it just from the acting and the performances given by Yahya Abdul-Mateen playing Simon Williams and Sir Ben Kingsley playing Trevor. You remember Trevor as the fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. That is the whole conceit. That is really what binds this to the Marvel Universe. And I think that it's very interesting. So if I'm gonna start on this, let's go from the beginning. So basically, we are introduced to Simon Williams. Simon Williams is a fan of an 80s series called Wonder Man, and he watched this with his father as a young child, and it kind of made him want to be an actor. And that's really the conceit of this entire series, is this gentleman trying to be a successful working actor. Now, Simon has a secret, and that secret is that he is enhanced. Why is he enhanced? Don't know. How did he get enhanced? Don't know. What is the source of his powers? Don't know. And you will not find out, so stop asking. We have no idea where his powers come from, what they are. We have a vague idea at the end of the series as to one of his abilities and what the aftermath of him using them is. But other than that, there is literally nothing, and I do repeat, nothing that tells us about his powers. It just, stuff happens. I'm so serious, and I wish I wasn't. Now, why is the fake Mandarin trying to ally himself with a struggling actor? Well, that is one of the more interesting parts of the series. You see, I'm guessing that Trevor broke out of prison. When they say broke out of prison, I don't mean that he literally broke out of prison. It's basically alluded to that during the blip, he disappeared and then reappeared once the heroes defeated Thanos and snapped everybody back into existence. And as a result of that, he was no longer in prison. So when he does arrive back in the United States, he is promptly picked up by the FBI and the Department of Damage Control, which is basically the new SHIELD, I guess, if you want to go there. I mean, I don't know what was really wrong with SHIELD other than the fact that they tied it to Hydra, and I guess that had to go away. So now this Department of Damage Control. The Department of Damage Control basically sits there and tries to mitigate the damage done by superpowered individuals. Now, they're going through a lot of budget cuts, and so one of the main agents, Trevor's handler, basically gives Trevor a choice. He can work for the Department of Damage Control and try to trap, or entrap really, Simon and get his freedom, or he can go back to prison. Now, this is weird for a couple of reasons, and I'm not really understanding. Maybe I missed some previous Marvel homework at some point, but I don't think that you can jail a person just because they have superpowers. And that really feels like what they're going for with this. Like they're trying to get evidence on Simon to then put him in this weird maximum security prison for superpowered people. But my problem with that is, don't you have to commit a crime in order to be imprisoned? Like, you just having powers ain't gonna cut it. And their justification for this to Trevor is that Simon is dangerous, but they don't really allude to how or why there's such a focus on this particular gentleman. So it's just it's a little weird, but you know, you can turn off your brain for that and kind of keep going for the story. Trust me, it gets better if you can kind of excuse yourself from these leaps in logic. So Simon, you know, is really trying to be a working actor. He's got an agent. He is, you know, actively seeking parts, and we're seeing him in the beginning sequences. He has a recurring role on American Horror Story, but his problem is that like he's like trying to deliver like a bunch of different notes to the showrunners and directors and writers to the point where he's really disrupting the entire shoot, and it's becoming a problem. And so he is promptly fired from this. Then he loses his girlfriend, so everything is kind of going on a really downward trajectory. And all of a sudden, his agent, who's I don't know what Marvel's obsession with this is. They did this in Deadpool. They've been doing this for a while, but having a plus-sized, super sassy black lady being in charge of the main character. I don't know what that's about, but we're doing it again, apparently. You know, there's a call for a Wonder Man remake by an auteur director. And so Simon feels that this is his big chance to really just make it big and really show everybody his acting talents. Now, before we get into this, the meta of this story is insane because they are literally leaning into the idea that they are going to race swap a pre-existing character in a remake of an existing property in a Marvel series. Like, it is the inception of this nonsense is just crazy. It'll remind you of a certain scene from a certain film. So here's the thing. Once you get over that and you get over the whole Department of Damage Control thing, then you're basically left with him going on auditions and him being coached by Trevor, who has put himself in the situation to get dirt on Simon. Okay. So through this, they basically develop a friendship, a real camaraderie between them because of their love for acting. And that's really where this story shines, is them playing off each other in really random ass situations about them trying to basically make this entire project work once they become attached to it. Like I say, the chemistry between Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Sabine Kingsley is really what makes this work. Otherwise, this show would be absolute trash. But they make it work, and I actually enjoyed it. Would I recommend this to Marvel fans? Absolutely not. Would I recommend this to somebody that wants to see a good TV series with some light, sci-fi Marvel fare to it? Yes. Absolutely. Does this have anything to do with the greater MCU? No. But are there some really deep-cut cameos? Absolutely. The only thing I'm going to say, and this is kind of a spoiler, but Doorman, if you are a big Marvel Comics fan, and I mean big Marvel Comics fan, you will see a version of the character Doorman, and once you see it, you can't unsee it, but it is hilarious. And there's a lot of comedy in this series, and I think that's what really kind of just takes it over the top. Not just the great chemistry that Ben Kingsley and Yahya Abdul-Mateen have with each other, but the jokes are alright. They actually land. Unlike a lot of other Marvel projects, they're done in a very in context way, as opposed to just, oh, let's pause for another joke. You know, the way that Marvel has been in the past, it's not like that in this particular series. And I like that. I also like the way that they highlight how certain family dynamics within certain ethnicities are really kind of detrimental to a person's personal growth. And you'll see that in the Simon character. They introduce his family members, and there's also another cameo here where it's another deep cut from another character. So again, definitely, if you're looking for a series that will capture your interest, watch this. But if you're looking for Marvel superhero, just adventures and things like that, that is not here. That being said, let me know what you thought of Wonder Man in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace!
If you'd like to give a shout out on the channel, then hit that like button, maybe share it with a couple of friends, and do us the biggest honor of all, and subscribe to the channel so you can join the 8-Bit Heroes family. And while you're at it, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when our new videos come out.